school clock was out of reach. Another treasure chest. Today was probably the happiest day in Lily's life. Right after the day she didn't have to eat rhubarb because one of her teeth had cracked.
Hey, don't touch it. That's my old Boy Scout equipment. Only certified Boy Scouts are allowed to touch it.
Oh, it wasn't the skeleton from biology class after all. It was just the old man again, from history class. Lily had asked for a musket last Christmas. Instead, she'd been given a muskrat nibbling on gingerbread.
Hey, don't touch it. That's my old Boy Scout equipment. I might be old, but I can tell you stories that'll make your ears ring. Some of them are about my old Boy Scout equipment, but only certified Boy Scouts are allowed to touch it. So get your hands. Oh.
Someone had trapped the guinea pig in a glass. The animal took it in stride. It didn't even try breaking out. There were 3 empty pedestals on the shelf. That could mean something, or nothing at all.
Oh, a visitor. What a rare animal. The hawk. But I don't mean the remake. I mean the original with extra ketchup, please. How rude of me. I forgot to tell you how it used to be. When the pyramids were built, I was the chief flogger on the north side. Yes, in my life I've unified. Unified Tibet, I said. Back then I served as a carpet beater under 3 different Dalai Lamas. For one of them, I was even there as a rebirth assistant in the maternity ward. It was very different from the year I was an interior decorator for the Mayas. Build a mythical sliding puzzle here, hide a few artifacts in dark alcoves over there. Oh yes, I was building secret crypts when you were still in the indie band Inquisition Overload. But it flopped, unfortunately. The time wasn't right for that kind of music. Plus, our drummer had the plague. I got old. So old that all I'm good for now is as an exhibition piece for history class. I'll get to that in a moment. First, I wanted to tell you, telling stories takes a lot of skill. That's why I worked for a while as an exhibition piece for history class in a convent school. I just had to tell stories about my adventures once a week. For example, how I used to excavate secret crypts with the Templars below the school chapel. Or about my time as a lighting assistant for the moon landing. No fear. I haven't forgotten your earlier question. On the contrary, I'm known for remembering everything all the time. This is thanks to a little trick I learned from an old Chinese mason long ago. All I need is a memory aid, like objects that remind me of the 3 E's. The first E stands for emotion. It tells me whether I was sad, happy, or angry in that situation. The second E stands for engagement. It reminds me of whether I overcame the situation with strength, heroic courage, or sleepiness. The third E stands for eating. To remember, I have to know which fruit I ate that day. Vitamins are good for the... What? I must have dropped off for a moment. But I was just going to tell you an exciting story from my past. Was it the story of how I tried to navigate to Cape Town and ended up discovering the Eurasian continent? Oh, I know. I wanted to tell you how I helped the Templar Knights build the convent chapel, right?
Uh-huh.
I was particularly happy because I had eaten a banana. Or was I sad because all there was to eat was coconuts again? No, the coconuts were when the Trojan mayor gave me the key to the city for my heroic valor. Or was my heroic valor while building dikes in Atlantis? But I think I had an apple that day. Wasn't I a little more sleepy in Atlantis? And angry while building the chapel? Oh, what poppycock. I'm getting everything mixed up. Fortunately, I created a memory aid just for this anecdote, so that I'd remember the location of the secret crypts below the convent chapel. Uh-oh, someone tidied up the shelf. That's where the objects for my 3 E's should be. Emotion, engagement, and eating. Now I can't... can't make a fool of myself. Now, let's see. I know exactly what you're looking for. An instructive story about my time with the Templar Knights. Unfortunately, my memory aid is still missing a few important pieces. If I only knew what the 3 E's for this story were. But right now, all I can remember are a few vague associations. 4, to be precise.
Firecrackers. How did they ever get up there? The gargoyle had lost its balance long ago. Only a thin rope was stopping it from falling. Why didn't it just give up? The gargoyle seemed to worry about its companion, but it also didn't lift a finger to stop it from falling. Typical. The cabinet was locked, as usual. Once again, Lily's efforts were in vain. Only Mother Superior could open the cabinet. Birgit was Mother Superior's favorite student. She had to be the happiest child in the world.
Don't even bother trying to distract me, Lily. Unlike you, I actually have a sense of duty. You don't get to be Mother Superior's favorite by just standing around like a moron all day. Like you. I work hard to get all those honors and rewards. The only thing I'm missing on my path to perfection is the Golden Girl Scouts badge on a ribbon. That's why I'm working overtime to perfect my embroidering skills. Mother Superior loves the embroidery because the pictures of animals convey important values. But you wouldn't know anything about that. You've always been terrible at embroidering, and everything else for that matter. Why don't you get to the point already? You seem to be lacking a few important lessons in values and standards. Haven't you learned anything at all? From my multi-award-winning embroidery, each animal has an assigned character trait. Bears represent strength, and deer stand for heroic valor. There are negative role models too, of course. The porcupine, for example, is especially slow and sleepy. That's why you'll never find one on one of my banners. But maybe it's in your family's coat of arms. In case you're wondering what I'm doing here, it's called embroidering. I know it's not your area of specialty. Otherwise, I doubt Mother Superior would have banned you from taking it. What a shame. I know how much you've always enjoyed embroidering.
Lily had to admit that Birgit was right. Her productive friend was really much more talented. But that was certainly no reason for Lily to wish an incurable disease on her. Neither a disease with an oozing rash, nor a disease that causes her to cough her lungs out.
Oh, take your little boo-boos to Mother Superior. I'm not her deputy yet. But maybe that'll change once I've collected all my awards. I'm already her favorite. Be quiet now. I just had a great idea for what I could put on the missing cafeteria banner. Damn, it's gone. Thanks a lot. Great job, Lily. If you want help, ask Mother Superior about a suitable animal role model. I'm already done with all my patterns. And remember, at this time of day, Mother Superior is always in the cafeteria, drinking a soothing tea. So don't wander into her office. We're not supposed to go in there alone. And hurry up. My grades depend on it. Stop bothering me. If you carry on like this, I'll never get my last award. The Golden Girl Scouts badge on a ribbon. Oh, yes. What's that supposed to be? An animal motif? No animal motif looks like that. Animal motifs are always on a pedestal. Don't you know anything?
Capu was the nicest guy at the convent school. Lily liked him so much that she had even named her cockroach after him. That reminded her that she'd been meaning to punch air holes in the box for weeks.
Lily, nice to see you. I hope Shawnee didn't upset you too much. He's an idiot. I think you're great, just as you are.
Lily's heart skipped a beat. This might have been the nicest thing anyone ever said to her. Each mask had two tiny holes for screws. Not even Lily's fingers could fit in there. Each mask had two tiny holes for screws. Not even Lily's fingers could fit in there. The mask was tightly screwed into the wall. But did that also mean that one wasn't allowed to take it?
No, it only means you have to find the right tools. Something small enough to loosen the screws.
Oh, what luck. Lily was relieved. Mother Superior had forbidden Lily from eating the deadly nightshade berries, but no one had said anything about taking them. Mother Superior usually made her tea over the fire of the outside fireplace. At night, Mother Superior placed her kettle over the fire here, but at this time of day she preferred to drink her calming tea in the cafeteria. Lily had heard rumors that disobedient children were hung from this hook. Otherwise, Mother Superior used it to hang her tea kettle over the fire. A note was pinned on the receipt holder.
Dear, crossed out, Ms. Zimmelbach, I have to say I'm very surprised by the way you fulfilled my request to send me a pet for my students' classroom. I had a real animal in mind, one that conveyed important values, like a puma or a boa constrictor. But the guinea pig you sent is useless to me. I've pickled it in alcohol to save it for the dissection class in biology. Send me a proper animal immediately, or you will not have heard the last of me. Regardless, Mother Superior Ignatz.
Lily had to make sure she didn't get the skewer in her eye. It was so easy to have an accident. Lumpy was hungry, or he was tired, or bored. It was always hard to tell with him. The coconuts were quiet today, but it didn't matter. By now, Lily knew enough about shrunken heads. Edna always knew a few good jokes about bananas, but since Lily was such a good girl, she didn't understand any of them. Lily liked apples. They were healthy, and sometimes you found worms in them. At least they listened when you spoke to them. Something was missing here. And even if it wasn't Lily's fault this time, she felt guilty anyway, just as a prevention. Mother Superior drank a calming tea. Maybe she should switch brands.
What are you creeping around here for? Feed the cat. Don't tell me you're done already. No, that's what I thought. I am slowly losing the will to keep constantly having to remind you children of what good values are. Take a look at the embroideries on the wall. They depict all of the important virtues: superiority, strength, and self-control. I'm quite aware that self-control is missing. Do you think I'm blind? Now leave. I have to drink a calming tea. If you pass the classroom, remind Birgit to hurry up with her embroidering. If the self-control motif isn't finished today, I will really blow my top.
Lily liked Doris, and her feelings were reciprocated.
What are you gawking at me for, you stupid little brat?
She was tough on the outside, but soft on the inside.
Keep gawking like that and I'll wring your neck!
At least she liked children.
Oh, how I loathe you children! I wish you'd all die of smallpox!
Aside from Edna, Doris was Lily's best friend.
What was that? You impertinent little slug! I can't stand it when people gossip about me behind my back! The youth of today is becoming ever more insolent! No wonder, with all the violence and foul language in the media! If I could, I'd twist your heads off one by one! Where are my canning jars? I need something to calm my fingers! Otherwise, something terrible might happen here! Before you ask for more food again, it's been hours since I held a canning jar in my hand. My hands always get a bit nervous at times like this. They break everything they touch. Children's legs, children's arms. I just can't control them. Now I understand. You came to complain about the food, right? Well, then I have bad news for you. Children only get food from canning jars, and that's that. My hands are trained to twist the lids off. I haven't been wringing the necks of caged chickens for 20 years for nothing. Plus, I've got a court order that says I gotta open 10 jars a day. You can thank my idiotic lawyer for that. Anything else? Do I have to explain it to you with puppets? Mealtime ended long ago. The only thing that I'm still cooking today is food for Mother Superior's cat. And the food for Mother Superior herself. Or I should say I would. But my knife disappeared. And on top of that, the stove in the cellar has gone out. So I couldn't cook anything anyway. However, the most important thing is that Mother Superior still wanted to send a recipe to me. You don't happen to have it on you, do you? No recipe? Yeah, then there's no reason for you to be here. Forget the recipe. As long as the stove in the cellar is out, I won't be cooking anything anyway. Don't bother. I won't be able to cook without my knife anyway. When I get my hands on the child that stole my knife, they'll be amazed with all the things a knife can do. What's the matter? Why are you staring at me like that? What are you even doing here between mealtimes? I know what I'm doing here. A jail sentence commuted to 10 years community service on probation, thanks to diminished responsibility. Blah, 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 blah. Do you really want to hear this? Yeah, Mother Superior didn't want to hear it either. And as long as she doesn't ask about it directly... I've had it up to here! Haven't I told you 1,000 times already? Get the hell out! Just wait! Can I have that? I need something to calm my fingers! Thanks! That was close! Now take your stuff and get out! Now!
Lily thought this idea was delightful. The guinea pig was bound to make a huge impression as an animal role model.
At least this is a regular animal motif. But do you think it also conveys really important values?
Of course it did. Guinea pigs were cute and small, but always cheerful. Lily always tried to follow their example.
Well, if you say so. Come back in a few minutes. If you don't bother me, I won't take long. What are you waiting for? The banner has to go to the cafeteria as quickly as possible.
Ah, Birgit has finally finished the new banner, but what's that? A small, dirty guinea pig? Birgit didn't really make this, did she?
Uh-huh.
That can't be true. Can I not rely on anyone here? Just you wait. She'll get what's coming to her.
Birgit should have tried harder.
I can't even tell you how disappointed I am in you, Birgit. This is the worst job I've seen in my entire career. But don't talk back. You are bad. I will probably have to strip you of all your awards, prizes, and Girl Scout badges. You no longer deserve any of them.
But I only did what?
Hogwash! Do you really wish to contradict me? I can't believe how low you've sunk, Birgit. A guinea pig? It's unbelievable! Your work is an insult to the entire convent. Get rid of it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Your whining won't make up for your failures. Just in case you decide not to waste my time with your ineptitude anymore. Here is a motif that's worth immortalizing on a banner. The puma. Strong, precise, dignified. A symbol of self-control.
Stop that! I need that as a template!
The animal motifs were taboo for Lily. Mother Superior only allowed her to embroider crosses and lines. But Lily could barely manage even those and often received a scolding. Shawnee was mean. First he had stolen Lily's recipe, and now he was setting cobwebs at the well on fire. Still, Lily didn't think he deserved having spiders lay eggs in his eye sockets at night. Good children didn't have such thoughts.
Ooh, look who's coming to get her recipe back. If it isn't our little goody two-shoes Lily, you better split before I tie your shoelaces together. Or worse. Oh, you really want the recipe back, don't you? Well, I didn't know that. Just give me a sec so I can wrap it up for you with a bow.
Hey!
Lily was touched. It was so rare for her to give presents.
You so don't have a clue, do you? Get lost, Lily, or I'll be forced to call you names. Yeah, I'm a real badass. Just face it. You're not tough enough to make any demands around here. Tell me, How come you even dared to come here anyway? You know we're not allowed to play in the garden anymore. Or did Mother Superior send you? You could tell your beloved Mother Superior that I don't give a damn about her stupid rules. Ha! But I bet you're too scared. You're scared of your echo, right? And you should be, because one day, when you least expect it, who knows? You might turn around and see that someone has stolen your milk. What? Now you're upset? Did the nasty boy bother you again?
Uh-huh.
You're such a crybaby. Well, well, well. What's this? Is this you standing up for yourself? Just look at you, Lily, with your bow and your braids. You don't actually think you could stand up to a bad boy like me, do you? I was playing with matches before you'd said your first morning prayer. How could I ever take someone like you seriously? Do you know how to spit cherry pits? Or hunt sparrows with a slingshot? Just face it, you'll never be as tough as me. And that means you won't get your recipe either.
Oh, how wonderfully the fully operational detonator on the aircraft bomb blinked.
What have you got now? I hope it's a weapon for the battle against... But that's a real detonator, and it's live! You have to defuse it, Suka! Hurry! But with what? With the power of love! What? Are you... Wait! I know! Phew, that was close.
We'll snitch to Mother Superior.
Exactly. This time you really went too far, Lily. What on earth are you thinking? You're even crazier than I thought.
Totally un-gumbo.
Don't just stand there. Get that bomb away from us. Take it somewhere where it can't do any damage. A bomb-proof place, a fireproof drum, or something like that?
Memphis was trembling all over. No wonder. The stove had gone out.
Huh? What? Quick! Close the door before anyone sees me! This is the last safe place in the entire convent, and I want it to stay that way. Don't even try talking me out of it. I'm staying here. It's much too dangerous out there.
Lily had no idea what Memphis was talking about, but he'd always been jumpy.
But psst, someone might hear you, and then they'll take away my hiding place. And if they take away my hiding place, then I'll definitely be next. The stove is the safest place in the entire convent. You know, it has a crump steel casing, titanium reinforced interior walls, and is lead coated inside. I'd even survive a bomb attack in here. Now get lost before someone discovers me. If you're looking for your recipe, talk to Shawnee. He pocketed it.
La 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 la.
The end of the world is near.
Loo 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 loo.
I am damned. Damned are you.
It was the perfect place to get rid of the detonator.
What's that? What do you have there?
Lily could finally use the hairpin.
Does it have to blink like that?
Lily closed the door again to keep Memphis's hiding place safe.
Lily?
Something seemed to be wrong with Lily's ears today. She kept hearing all these sounds. Shawnee was mean. First he had stolen Lily's recipe, and now he was setting cobwebs at the well on fire. Still, Lily didn't think he deserved having spiders lay eggs in his eye sockets at night. Good children didn't have such thoughts. The stove was black and empty, just like the mirror that always appeared in Lily's dreams. Perfect. The hairpin fit exactly into the holes. Oh, it wasn't the skeleton from biology class after all. It was just the old man again, from history class.
What? Do we know each other?
Uh-huh.
You want to hear the clues again. I like that, because I do too. As everyone knows, each different food creates exactly one emotion and promotes one characteristic. For example, I was never sad if I'd packed a few apples, because they always helped me be very strong. I could only do heroic deeds on days when I wasn't sad. On the other hand, if I was angry, I could never show great strength. Coconuts were always good at preventing sleepiness. On this one specific day when I was helping the Templars, I was neither happy about an apple nor angry about a banana. But I also wasn't sad about a banana or happy about a coconut.
It was the old man's memory aid. If Lily wanted him to help her, she had to find the right objects: an emotion, an engagement, and something to eat.
What? Do we know each other?
Uh-huh.
Did I tell you about my memory aid yet? I don't think so. All I need are 3 objects that remind me of that particular situation. Or more precisely, of the 3 E's: emotion, engagement, eating. Does that answer your... On this one specific day when I was helping the Templars, I was neither happy about an apple nor angry about a banana. But I also wasn't sad about a banana or happy about a coconut. As everyone knows, each different food creates exactly one emotion and promotes one characteristic. For example, I was never sad if I'd packed a few apples, because they always helped me be very strong. What? Do we know each other?
Uh-huh.
Did I tell you about my memory aid yet? I don't think so. All I need are 3 objects that remind me of that particular situation. Or more precisely, of the 3 E's: emotion, engagement, eating. Does that answer your... You want to hear the clues again. I like that, because I do too.
Another treasure chest. Today was probably the happiest day in Lily's life. Right after the day she didn't have to eat rhubarb because one of her teeth had cracked.
Hey, don't touch it. That's my old Boy Scout equipment. Only certified Boy Scouts are allowed to touch it. What? Do we know each other?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait. Wasn't I just about to tell you something? Fortunately, I created a memory aid just for this anecdote. Ah, exactly. Now I remember. On that day, I was particularly angry. We had just laid the stone slabs in the chapel when the Templar Knights returned from a secret meeting. They examined my work and praised me for doing a heroic job. Then they gave me a coconut. It was one of the greatest days of my life. Here, I even still have the book in which I wrote everything down, including the meaning of the secret Templar symbols on the stone slabs. And now please leave me alone. All this reminds me too much of how I once helped a little girl uncover the mystery of the secret crypt below the chapel. One day I really have to tell you that story.
Lily was reluctant to take the old man's memories again. They were all he had left. The book contained the recorded memories of the elders. Most of it was faded. Only the chapter on the construction of the convent chapel was still legible. That would certainly interest Frank.
What's the matter now? My goodness, that does look very interesting.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. At least those are the same symbols as on the stone slabs, but the pattern is full of gaps. I'm a pro when it comes to riddles. That's why all I need is a single glance to be able to declare without a doubt that, yes, this is a riddle. But the solutions page seems to be missing. This book is useless to me like that. Unless, of course, you have the solution. First, complete the symbols on the empty floor slabs, while keeping in mind the first clue on the right. Click once on the empty space to access a selection menu. Then decide on the right symbol. When the pattern is complete, you can place the 3 clue tiles to discover the location of the secret crypt. Yes! Yes! That has to be it! I have solved the mystery! Thanks for holding the book all this time. You're blocking the way. May I?
As soon as Frank stopped drilling, Lily was finally able to draw Garrett out of his shell. Lily crouched inside the confession booth and waited. All was quiet in the chapel, except for Frank, who could barely contain his excitement.
Wow! If these bones aren't evidence of a church conspiracy, I'll eat Tom Hanks's double chin. And what's that? Hey! This just keeps going. Let me just drill through this stone slab and... Look, that's a sword! A real Templar sword! It's incredible! Man, it sure is wedged in tightly. I hope that isn't a load-bearing strut beam.
The impact echoed through the entire church. Lily was tempted to look, but then she heard approaching steps.
It's so blissfully quiet. I can finally take up my listening post again.
Lily was always happy when something was left over, but usually it was only breadcrumbs and bones and things like that.
What's going on? Is that you, Lily? Do you think that's funny? Let me out, now!
Lily felt uncomfortable about it. Locking someone into a confession booth was probably not appropriate for a well-behaved girl. On the other hand, she was doing Edna a big favor. She could hardly wait to tell her best friend all about it.
So, Garrett is out of the picture. Very good. But I'm still in danger. Before I can leave the convent, you have to help me cover my tracks. The doctor can't find out that I was ever here. Could you do that for me?
Uh-huh.
Great. Let's see. First, you have to get rid of the balloon that I left in the main hall. It even has my portrait on it. The doctor would recognize me immediately. I also played with firecrackers down by the school clock. Let's just say it was part of a weather experiment, and I would have succeeded if I'd had a real DeLorean. You can't imagine how hard it is to get a lawnmower up to 80 miles per hour. And of course, you have to remove the inscription on the swing tree. It hurts me just as much as you, but I could hardly leave the doctor better evidence that I was here than that. Do you think you can handle all that?
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Lily. You're the best.
Lily had never seen Edna so worried. Not even the night that she set fire to the vestry. Lily had always thought Shy was very pretty, much prettier than herself. But cutting off a girl's hair while she was sleeping so that you could use it to make yourself a wig just wasn't right. That's why Lily returned each night to her bunk without actually doing anything.
Oh, hello, Lily. I was just thinking of Riot Girl. Riot Girl is totally cool because Riot Girl wears Shibuya clothes. Don't you think that's totally fascinating? Suka also thinks that Riot Girl is totally cool. And Suka likes Shibuya too. Shibuya is totally cool. Don't you think so too? Yeah, it certainly makes you think. I think way too much about things like that. My brain is getting all fuzzy. But Riot Girl is